Ready?
Yes.
All good? So hi there and welcome to Poetry Passages. I'm Clifford Rames and this is pretty exciting. I have a really special guest with me here today. New York's newest poet laureate, Kayden Hern. Hi Kayden.
Yes. Hello.
Hi. How are you doing?
Good.
Good?
Yes.
Excellent. So, oh my God, Kayden, I'm so happy you could do this. Thanks for coming on the program. And a special thanks to your grandmother Jackie for
No problem. You're welcome.
for making this happen. So, Kayden, tell us a little bit about yourself. What should we know about you?
Um. Um. I'm 9. And I say poems.
You're 9 years old.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Where are you right now? Where do you live?
I live in New York, Harlem.
Harlem, right? Harlem boy. Yeah. Cool. So, I heard that you were the chosen poet laureate for the inauguration address of the new governor of the state of New York. Is that correct?
Yes.
So how was that? What was that experience like for you?
That was good. To get the opportunity to speak for the governor.
Yeah, you had a pretty good audience, I think, right?
Yes.
So you met the governor.
Yes.
Yeah. What was that like?
It was good. I felt famous.
You felt famous. Yeah, you were famous. I saw you on TV. So you read a poem, and you received a standing ovation at that inaugural
Yes.
address. Tell us about the poem that you read.
So one day I was asking a lot of questions on the news about what's going around in the world, and my grandmother told me to write down my thoughts, and she wrote down some of her thoughts that she thought was thinking, and we put it together and made the poem. Eventually made the poem.
And what's it called?
In my mind.
In My Mind, right? And that's the one you read at the governor's inauguration.
Yes.
Yeah. Sort of like the room was packed. There was like all these big shot politicians, Congress people, senators, and they all jumped to their feet. And I saw you on your tippy toes at the podium. It was a little bit too high, huh?
Yes.
But you did great. You did great. You brought down the house.
Thank you.
Well, how do you feel? Would you like to do that poem for us right now?
Yes.
Yeah. It's called In My Mind, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And I want to tell everyone that you, at the inauguration of Kathy Hochul, you recited the poem from memory. You didn't read it. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
I mean, I can barely remember what I had for breakfast this morning, and you. Okay, so let's hear In My Mind, if you please.
In my mind, I used to be a child of poverty, not knowing that hopes and dreams can become reality. In my mind, I thought it was fine to sit in the back of the classroom because my teacher never asked me to read or write. But little did she know, I was ever so bright. In my mind, I could never used to understand why they used to call me ashy and black. I always heard being black, living near the railroad track. Those are the things that would hold you back. But now I understand why being called ashy and black. Black is the color of my skin, so soft, beautiful, silky, and smooth. In my mind, I could not understand why I used to see my grandma cry, on her knees bowing down, shouting, thank you, Lord, for blessing this house. Her cries brought tears to my eyes. Grandma's cries was thanking God for all his blessings. Now I understand why. In my mind, I heard my ancestor cry. They helped clear the path so others do not have to die. Justice and peace. Oh, Father, please help me. And that's what I heard in my mind.
Very nice. Thank you so much. So what was it? You said you were inspired, but to write this poem after thinking about some world events and things going on in the world, and you wanted to just say something. You had something to say.
Um, I just didn't get it, like, why certain things were happening, like on the news. I seen things on the news.
Yeah. Well, great. I mean, you're such an inspiration. So I hear you've been pretty busy since the inauguration, and you've gotten a lot of interview requests. And so,
Yeah.
just what are you up? What are you up to these days?
I just wrote 2 new poems.
You wrote 2 new poems.
Yes.
Awesome. So whenever you're ready to read those someday, doesn't have to be now. We'd love to hear them.
Yes.
Are you ready to read one, or you want to save it?
Who am I?
It's not a new one.
You can't do the new one because that's fully completed.
Yes, it is.
No,
No, the other one that I wrote.
no, we're not. No, we have to do a few more. Right.
Okay. Who am I? A child, a black male child, wanting to live but not afraid to die, wanting to make my ancestors proud. Who am I? Who am I? A child, a black male child, wanting to live but not afraid to die, wanting to make my ancestors proud. Who am I? Faith that racism will be a thing of the past. No more black.
No, please. Start over again.
It's okay. If you need to read it, go ahead.
Who am I? Hope and faith. Hope to see a better world. Fighting for justice and peace. So tired. Hope it will cease. Who am I? Faith that racism will be a thing of the past. No more police brutality. Let's change that mentality into reality. Who am I? Someone inspiring to change the track. No more black on black. That crime is what? Who am I? Knowledge and power. Knowledge to understand that all my brothers and sisters did not have to die. They were at the wrong place at the wrong time. Who am I? Power to speak out without a doubt. George Floyd, Eric Gardner, Breonna Taylor, Trayvon Martin, and Sean Bell. Do those names ring a bell? Who am I? A child wanting justice and peace. Who am I? A child hoping it will cease. Who am I? A child, and that's who I am, a black male child.
Very nice. Thank you so much. So how did you first discover poetry and start writing it? Did you hear it on the street? You read some books that your grandmother gave you and she inspired you, or how did you?
My grandmother inspired me because I asked her questions. She asked me questions, and kind of explained it to each other.
It was a pandemic and was supposed to
Yeah, it was a pandemic, and it was like the Zoom school.
Very nice. So when did you write your first poem? How long ago?
2 years ago.
About 2 years ago or so?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now you're reading poems for the governor of New York. It's very impressive. Do you have any particular poets that have inspired you? Do you read any poetry books or?
No.
No, just do your own thing, eh?
How about Invictus?
Oh, I heard you read Invictus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Invictus, yes.
I like that. You did a good job reading that. That's a famous poem. So, like I said earlier, I find you to be such an inspiration, Kayden. I think, if you can inspire other young people to get into poetry, that would be so wonderful. What would you tell other kids your age who may not know poetry, but may want to get into it or check it out? What would you tell them? Why should they like it?
You can ask people different questions about what you think about the world, and you can do different poetry, and you can use different words to express your poem, and just try your best.
Yeah. I think poetry is always asking questions, right? Like, what if, or imagining life in a certain way, right? And you can answer these questions through your poetry. I like that.
Yes.
Very good. So,
Yeah.
is there? Did you want to read one of your new poems, or do you have it ready? Do you want to premiere something here, or do you want to wait?
How about your other poems you have? Read
No.
Male Child. You haven't heard Male Child?
Yes.
You got
Okay.
something?
Yes. It's called No Child.
All right.
No child, so smart and bright. I'm like my dad. He's the king of the night. He taught me that it's always not nice to fight, to want to fight. You think it's right carrying a knife trying to take a person's life? I don't want to live a criminal life, going to jail, facing life. I want to shine like the sunlight. Don't forget the moonlight, so big and bright. 'Cause as I walk, you will see the glow of life that shines on me. People will stop and say, male child, you're such a delight for doing right. You bring hope to us for doing right. I'm just a male child who wants to be smart and bright.
Wonderful. Thank you. You heard it. You heard it here first on Poetry Passages, right? So we look forward to your book of poetry someday. And I wish you so much luck with everything. And I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. Is there anything else you wanted to tell us before you go, or are we good?
No.
No.
Don't you meet the president? Don't you want to meet the president?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard, a little bird told me that you're writing a poem for the president. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah. Maybe one day I want to say the poem for the president, like the little girl said her poem for the president.
Yeah. I can see you at the next inauguration for sure. Get your suit and shoes ready for Washington, D.C. Okay, then thank you so much. This has been a real pleasure, and I so appreciate you sharing your beautiful poems with us, and I wish you all the best.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Jackie. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Okay.
Okay.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
All right.
Good night.
Bye.
Great.
And thanks to everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on Poetry Passages. Bye. Kayden Hern, everybody.